Welcome back, everybody, to the daily show where I'll be doing technical analysis on big mega cap stocks. So, before we get started, please hit that like button, and that is greatly appreciated. And if you're new here, consider subscribing. Now, if you want to go above and beyond, support the channel and get all types of daily trade ideas, swing trade ideas, live trading, and all kinds of long term and short term setups, definitely check out my link down in the description for Patreon. And now let's get right into the market. You can see the deal between EU and US. That news came out over the weekend, and the market was already gapping up. And even today, after all that, you can see right here, Trump's trade war suddenly is starting to look less scary on Wall Street, and that's why the market is rallying. What the market did today, Dow was slightly down, pretty much flat. Nasdaq going up 0.33%, another brand new all-time high. S&P same thing, flat on the day, brand new all-time high was hit again. And Russell going down, also flat for the day. 11 sectors, you can see energy led the way on top, and then we have technology, consumer cyclical, communication services, and everything else pretty much in a deep red today. Stock market map, well, despite all that news, who is going to stop semis? Nvidia once again up 2% almost, AMD up over 4%, massive moves on semis. Apple flat, Google flat, Meta up slightly, Tesla up 3%, Amazon also going up only half a percent, and Microsoft also going flat for the day. Now, what do we have here? Well, we got some earnings coming out even tomorrow morning. We got PayPal, Boeing, UPS, Spotify, some big names, including UNH. That stock has been beaten down for multiple weeks now. Then we have the big names also on Wednesday, starting with Meta, Microsoft. Then we have another big earnings coming out on Thursday, Apple, Amazon, and on Friday, we also have Chevron and ExxonMobil. And now let's get right into Apple stock. On Apple stock, it's absolutely flat on the day, and you can see nothing really happening. And we're just ping ponging here at 214, not really going, getting that breakout, and also not getting a breakdown. And the Bollinger Bands are squeezing the stock right now. So I think the big move will come, and that could be with this earnings. Whether it's to the upside or to the downside, we will see that. As of right now, that 214 is the key zone. Below that, right down here at 212, 211.27, the 20-day moving average. So I would say right here, 212, pretty much exactly right here. And this white line 20-day moving average will continue to move up. Then we have big support at 207, and then 50-day moving average down here at 205, also at 203. This consolidation rejection can act as a support as well. To the upside, 214 can hold. We get that breakout over this, top of the wedge. This thing can move easily up to 221 to close this gap up here, and possibly even retest this high at 225. On AMD, it's up 4.32%, so massive explosion. And I think I said it in my video Saturday that AMD can move all the way up to 174. And did this stock deliver, guys? I mean, this thing delivered, 174, and now it's still trading near 174, but things are getting a bit frothy and overextended. You can see RSI hitting 80 on the daily time frame, and whenever we get to these levels, usually, there's going to be some sort of a pullback at some point. So if this thing gets over 174, expect more upside from here. But there is no more opportunities on AMD to go long anymore. This was the last opportunity. Even if you got in at this mini pullback here at 162, that was it over the 5-day moving average. And now we got a massive gap at 167, 147, 140. I mean, forget about these gaps. We're not coming down here anytime soon. So AMD here definitely, extremely overbought. And if there is a pullback, watch out for the support to hold at 167, gap fill reversal. Just below that, we have this high right here, 163, and the 5-day moving average, which is rising. And underneath that, 157 to even 150, and then this gap down here, 147.58 on AMD. On Tesla stock, it's up 3% for the day. And look at this move all the way up to where? Well, you can see right here, 3, 330 and another rejection, right? So if this thing clears 330, you can possibly make a big move up to these highs right here, 362 right here, maybe even higher. But if this thing cannot break that, I mean, this could be another lower high rejection, and that should bring this thing down to the 20-day moving average 315, 300, 291 to even 280. We need that breakout here on Tesla for this thing to move even higher. And also, if you look at my screen, the Bollinger Bands are moving, really side by side, getting that squeeze. So I think a big move is coming soon. But who's to say which way things are going to go here on Tesla? We just have to wait and find out. But as of right now, looks like it wants to break out to the upside here, but we need confirmation breakout and a hold above 330. So Meta, we do have earnings coming out just after tomorrow, and this thing is just going up really slow, 0.69% for the day, and you can see a lot of rejection here at 725 to 24, multiple rejections. So if we can get over that, it can possibly go and retest previous all-time highs. Otherwise, watch out for the support to hold at 700 and 15 to 16 right here, these moving averages, and underneath that all the way down to 700, 697, and then 682. On Amazon stock, it's up 0.5%. So Amazon again holding 330 and never looked back, and now again pushing higher because we still have this gap open here slightly. So if this thing continues, possibly tomorrow, it can go up here and close this gap at 236. To the downside, strong support at 230, below that 225, and then we can talk about downside. But we have earnings, very soon here on Amazon, so we have to wait and see how the earnings are actually affecting the stock, and then we can do a deeper dive into technical analysis on Amazon. On Google, it's like it's slightly down 0.34%. So I think Google is just pulling back, and people that are actually chasing or chased it here, they're losing money. So Google here, it might be just consolidating for a few days, but I think as long as Google is over this high right here, 185 to 186 ish, these rejections right here, definitely it can make a move up to 204 to close the gap. Now, if this thing falls below that and gets under, right now, it's not under 193, 192.86 to be exact, where the 5-day moving average is sitting. But just to round things up, I would say 193 holds, and watch out for continuation to 200 and even higher to this gap. Below that, 193 breaks, then watch out for 187.37 and then 185. Down here, you can see also 20-day will give you a confluence, or give Google stock confluence here as this thing is rising and now sitting at 184. So this is going to be a strong level, even if we get a pullback to these rejection areas where it was rejecting before, and now it can actually find a strong support if that's the case, and we get that pullback deeper down here to the 20-day moving average. On Microsoft, it's down 0.24%. So this thing is absolutely flat for the day. We got a gap down here and just consolidating here. I mean, this move from here to up here, it just really slow grind up. So Microsoft also, they have earnings. It's coming up, I think, tomorrow, or actually Wednesday. So watch out if this thing can actually hold over the 5-day moving average, which is going to be a support to watch, 510, then watch out for a move back up to previous all-time highs, and maybe we get to see another brand new all-time high, which could be 520 to even higher. This thing breaks below 510. The next support, gap fill reversal near 507. And if that don't hold, you're going to see a deeper pullback down to 500, down to even 490, where this lower Bollinger Band is setting on Microsoft. So Netflix, another down day, down 0.5%. But look at the pop today, guys. I mean, this thing got up to almost 1200, an instant rejection and lower high. And now it came back and pretty much came all the way down to this support right here. So 163, still your key line in the sand. Below that, down here, look for 1100-ish right here, and then 1065. If this thing somehow breaks and holds 1200, then and only then we can talk about more upside. As of right now, it's on a downtrend and it can continue. All right, so Nvidia stock is up again almost 2%. So a lot of people, when you tell them that a lot of calls are coming in, I mean, these calls are bought by big investors, big whales, right? And when you see whales are targeting a big level, obviously they have money that they know they're gonna get money out of the stock. So 180 calls when I said, and that was back here when it was actually trading around previous all-time highs right here at 153 to 155 level. And you can see slowly but surely Wells are targeting 180 and it's getting there. Look at this, 177 almost today, guys. Another brand new all-time high. So Nvidia is the king of the stock market, not only here in the States, entire world right now, because this thing has the market cap where some of the other markets they cannot even compete to the market cap that Nvidia has right now. And it's still continuing to climb pretty much every day. So if the wells are still holding up at 180, it can continue. And who knows? And who's to say if this thing breaks over 180? I mean, it can even push up to 200, which is insane to think right now. But Nvidia is the stock that actually can do that. But I'm not gonna get that much bullish on it just because it's going up, because there is no opportunities for us to go in here and buy this thing and sell at what, another 5, 6, 7, maybe even $10 up. Look at the downside. If this thing were to come down easily, you can see $20 pullback. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, maybe even $10 to the upside, but you got a $20 to the downside if this thing gets a pullback at some point, which it will get at some point. So Nvidia continuation can continue up to 180. That's going to be the next level. But now there will be support at 174-ish right here on Nvidia stock. And if this thing does not hold that, then watch out for this trend line. And that's going to be around 170. And then we can talk about possibly 165 to 160 on Nvidia. And that's all I have for you guys. And I'll definitely keep you guys updated tomorrow night. Thank you so much.